heart of apartheid is the division of the land. 4 million whites own 86%, leaving 14% for the 18 million blacks. These fragmented areas are called Bantustans or homelands. The aim of apartheid is to clear the white areas of all unwanted non-whites.
Government has done nothing to return land to its rightful owners. How would you respond to such a statement?
Over the last 10 years, less than 3% of agricultural land has been transferred to those who were dispossessed in the past. This is unsustainable and it's a ticking time bomb.
I did nothing in the past that I had to feel ashamed about. If I have to feel ashamed about what some other people has done, yes, then I feel ashamed on their behalf. But this process that they say reconciliation, isn't reconciliation something that's supposed to come from both sides?
I don't want to say it's a reverse of the forceful removal, but he doesn't have choice. We want the land back.
We in this room tonight are a very powerful collective. We are the landowners. We must test the merits of this claim. We must protect the value of our land.
Most of the land here is still under the control and the ownership of white people. And therefore we planned to come and pray here so that God and our ancestors can unveil the problem of us not getting the land. The landless people like myself, we are not satisfied. We are going to become impatient. Promises are always there. Promises are there, but they are not fulfilled. That is the problem.
This is the house where I was born. It was a thatch house before, corrugated iron. 6 of us were born here in this house. And it was completed by my mother while my father went to the mine. Growing up here, it was very fun. It was very exciting. We were living, a type of communal life. Though we still continue with that type of life, but it was not like before. After the arrival of white people, they renamed this area, and where we are now, the white says Broederstroom. Stroom is an Afrikaans word for flowing. Now, there's a little stream on the hill here. These 2 white guys, the Pretorius, their surname is Pretorius, they choose and pick this river for themselves. And they started to call this area Broederstroom, the stream belonging to the 2 brothers.
This is my little part of heaven here. I was born on Broederstroom. My father was born here. My grandfather was born here. and my great-grandfather was born here. My great-great-grandfather came here during the big trek. The capital city of South Africa, Pretoria, was named after one of the Pretorius brothers, and the house that I presently own was built by my family in 1830. If I think that where we're standing now, my grandfather stood, my great-grandfather stood, you know, it is something special.
You cannot have reconciliation unless you address the land question in South Africa. Land is the basis of power. It forms the basis of power and wealth. The majority of our people are landless, and the poverty results from the fact that they were dispossessed of an important resource, which is land. In South Africa, 87% of the land is in the hands of white people, whilst only 13% is in the hands of black people.
I was born at Pretorius in 1948. A long time ago, wasn't it? Very long. That's us at Pretorius. That's myself, my sister, and my brother in the middle. This is where we live now. Tumelo and I, this Tumelo, she's my daughter. Yeah, this is a terrible place. We don't have water. If only we had water. We cannot do lots. There's not much one can do without water. What we feel it's better. We're better off than us in the past. We were not even recognized as citizens or South Africans. We're just natives, then blacks, then Bantu.
The Secretary for Bantu Administration and Development, Circular Number 25, 1967. It is accepted government policy that the Bantu are only temporarily resident in the European areas of the Republic for as long as they offer their labor there. It must be stressed that no stone is to be left unturned to achieve the settlement in the homelands of non-productive Bantu at present residing in the European areas.
There was a plethora of legislation and acts that regulated people's ownership and relationship with the land in the past. In most instances, areas which were owned by black people in the country were declared black spots, and that's where people were forcefully removed from their land. And we're talking about 6 million people in the past who were removed from their land in South Africa.
The day we were moved, no one believed. We did not want to believe that we were supposed to live a home that we have known ever since. It was unacceptable. It was so painful to everyone. But since we had no powers, we had to move. We still have wounds that won't heal now. We may forgive you, but I don't think we will forget that.
After the eviction,
Our people got very much angry because our grandfathers are buried around here. We could not even come to our graveyards. When I have to come here and see my father here, I've got to run around to ask for the owner. Sometimes he doesn't allow us to go to the graveyard there. So we became very much bitter. But fortunately enough, the government of ANC, the democratic government, decided to give us that allowance, that right to claim the land.
We now request the President-elect of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, to proceed to the table.
We saw this in newspapers and we heard it over the radios. Claim, 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 claim.
It was in 1998. Solly and Philip are my ex-schoolmates. And they suggested to me, what do you think? How about us filing a claim for the land that we were forcefully removed from?
The land restitution is a very serious problem in South Africa. Because you'll know that after 1913, many of the South African people were evicted from their own fertile land. No one of you have his own piece of land. This was taken from you. And you must get your land back. This land, Mekgareng. This land is Mekgareng.
Registration and verification forms. Land Affairs said we must make a research, come up with something concrete that will show that we used to stay in this land. We happened to run around trying to get a simple letter which says, move out within so many days. And the Department of Land Affairs said, even if we can get just one, it will be fine. Fortunately enough, God is so great, we happened to get one.
The primary mechanism through which redistribution of land must happen is through the market mechanism based on a willing buyer, willing seller concept. If we are going to take land from white landowners, we must actually pay them a fair and equitable price, because we must also recognize that they are not responsible. They are a third or fourth generation. They did not personally take the land away from our people. It's as a result of history that we find ourselves in this situation.